Welcome to Red Stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. I am my wife's ex-husband. I loved her deeply, passionately, so much that I thought I could never lose her, never let her slip away. I won't dive into the gritty details of how she cheated on me because this is more of a confession than a recounting of events. But let me start from the beginning, where it all began. I met her when I was 27 and she was 23. It was a beautiful time in my life. I was a young professional, fresh into my career. I had the world at my feet, or at least that's how it felt. I traveled a lot, taking holidays in different countries, enjoying the freedom that comes with youth. I'd bought myself a decent car and had taken out a mortgage for a house, a place I was ready to call home. And then I met asterisk her asterisk. She worked in the office next to mine. It was like a scene out of a romantic movie. She had this effortless charm, the kind that makes everyone in the room look her way. She was light, carefree, with green eyes that seemed to hold their own secrets, and an enchanting smile crafted by an orthodontist. I felt hard for her, despite the fact she was in a relationship. At first, I didn't want to interfere, but my feelings became undeniable. I tried everything to get close to her. Small talks in the office, helping her with projects, suggesting coffee breaks. Eventually, my persistence paid off. She left her boyfriend and she chose me. I knew it wasn't fair to him, but I was in love. Love blinds you like that. Before long, we moved in together and I proposed. The wedding was grand, a celebration of our love, filled with friends and family. The honeymoon was just as magical, a month spent traveling, exploring new places together. Shortly after, she became pregnant and we welcomed our son. Our family felt complete. But temptation works in mysterious ways. She gave in and she cheated. Even now, after all this time, I can't fully comprehend why. We had everything: stability, a beautiful child, love. Or at least I thought we had love. It was after 4 years of marriage that I discovered the affair. Friends saw them together and warned me. At first, I brushed it off, but something in her behavior had changed. She was distant, irritable, and no longer looked at me the same way. So I started paying closer attention, and the truth revealed itself. I confronted her one evening. It was quiet in the house, our son was asleep, and I sat at the kitchen table, waiting for her to come home. She walked in looking tired, and I asked her to sit down. "Is something wrong?" she asked, her voice cautious, as if sensing the storm brewing. "I know," I said, not looking up from the table. "About him." Her face paled instantly, and she stammered, "What are you talking about?" I didn't raise my voice. I didn't shout. Instead, I pulled out the screenshots, the evidence I had collected. "Don't lie to me. Just tell me the truth." Tears welled in her eyes, but I couldn't tell if they were tears of guilt or fear of being caught. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered, barely audible. "I was lonely. You were always so focused on work, on the house, on everything except me." I wanted to scream, to tell her that I had done it all for asterisk us asterisk for asterisk her asterisk, but the words stuck in my throat. Instead, I just said, "You mistook my dedication for distance. You mistook my kindness for weakness." She sobbed softly, but I was numb by then. There was nothing left to say. I didn't touch her. I didn't lash out. I simply told her to leave the house that night. A few days later, I tracked down the guy she cheated with. I'm not proud of what I did, but I had to make him understand that actions have consequences. I didn't kill him, but I did enough to ensure he would never forget my name. For that, I paid with my freedom. The law doesn't look kindly on violence, even if it's justified in your heart. I spent 2 years behind bars. During that time, I didn't care what she did or what happened to our house. I disconnected from everything and everyone. I wasn't a father, wasn't a husband, wasn't even myself anymore. The most painful part is that I still love her. After all the hurt, all the betrayal, I can't get rid of the feeling that she was the one. And that love, mixed with hate, has imprisoned me in a way no cell ever could. Even now, I'm haunted by her memory. I know I shouldn't be, but I am. I've tried to move on, but every time I look at another woman, I can't help but compare her to asterisk her asterisk. The trust is gone. I'm broken, unable to give my heart to anyone else. It's like my soul is stuck in this purgatory of love and hate, and I can't seem to find a way out. 1 year later, it's been a year since I first wrote about my story. Time has passed, but healing. That's been a different story altogether. My relationship with my son is complicated. He doesn't understand what happened, and for that, I'm thankful. But every time I see him, I'm reminded of what I lost and what I still haven't been able to recover. She reached out to me a few months ago. She wanted to apologize again, to say she made a terrible mistake. She even said she missed the family we had, but I couldn't give her what she wanted. She doesn't deserve my forgiveness, and even if she did, I can't forgive myself for what happened. I'll never forget the way she looked at me that night when I showed her the evidence, the mix of guilt and defiance. It still haunts me. Psychologist, Dr. Rebecca Lang. This story is a clear depiction of the complexities of love, betrayal, and trauma. The protagonist's internal struggle between love and hatred is not uncommon in cases of infidelity. Often, when we love someone deeply, betrayal cuts even deeper. His inability to move on is rooted not only in his emotional attachment to his ex-wife, but also in the unresolved feelings of pain and anger. Healing from this kind of betrayal takes time and often requires professional help. Trust is a fragile thing, and once broken, it's difficult to rebuild. The protagonist's journey toward recovery will be long, but it's important that he begins to separate the past from the future. Forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean reconciliation. It can be a way to free oneself from the chains of bitterness and resentment. I would encourage him to continue therapy, not just to move past his ex-wife, but to rebuild his sense of self and his ability to trust again. Love and betrayal are powerful forces, but neither should define the rest of his life. It's about finding peace within, not just with others. I'm trying to take it one day at a time. I'm working on myself, but it's a slow process. I don't know if I'll ever fully recover, but for my son, I have to keep trying. Thanks for reading. Make sure to subscribe for more real-life stories like this one.